Citizens of that town, by mayoral decree, the following episode may cover topics the likes of which may trigger your timbers. Consider yourselves duly notified.
Good evening, that town. It's Jesse
and Josh
on the J&J show. And before we head out for the day, we got a little bit of news to cover.
News?
News.
Real news, like
real news.
Actual news?
Real biting coverage of the shit going on in that town.
Is there ever anything going on in that town?
Well, there is. Mostly the fact that the FCC isn't a thing, so we can say fuck, shit, and bitch on there. That's pretty cool.
So I can say whore all I want?
Well, that's kind of frowned upon by certain people.
Well, that's the thing, is I usually use it as a compliment.
How? Okay.
Look, I've known a lot of whores,
news.
Okay, and most of them are just honest employees of not mine.
Other Josh, are you trying to imply that one of your multiple shell corporations is in fact a pimp?
First of all, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what a pimp is. And
you said that word very easily, though, I noticed.
Yeah, because I'm just really good at picking up on those things from you.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're a pimp. Your face is a pimp. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The fact that I wear leather and leopard print and a lot of gold is none of your fucking business.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the feather in his hat.
I don't.
No pimp without it. Now, how would you know that, other Josh? I wouldn't know such things.
Yeah, other Josh.
Yeah, my pimp hand is weak. I thought you didn't know what a pimp hand was. I don't. I was copying Jesse. He didn't say pimp hand.
Yeah, Josh, if that is your real name.
I have to go. Yeah, get out of here, bitch.
So on to the news.
I love the news.
So, the political machine of that town, you know, the gears ever turning, giant machination below ground that makes everything political in this town move forward to the glorious utopian, dystopian future where a 14-year-old girl wearing a bow and arrow set and able to control all 5 of her emotions will save us all.
Aren't you just quoting a movie at this point? No, keep going. I like this story.
We'll get back to that later. The red light saying we've said too much is going off.
Okay, so the political machine, for those of you who aren't in the know, is a literal machine.
A very literal machine.
And I know in other odd, magical places where other people live, this is a figurative term. I don't get that at all.
Not the case in that town.
Makes no sense. I know. So
it's a literal political machine where it cranks out new senators, governors, and very faulty Republicans.
Yes, and every time that other Josh wants something done, he just uses something to gum up the works. I mean, a crowbar, whatever, and whatever he wants gets passed. It's weird.
Those gears are made out of giant sandstone. So really anything harder than, say, a wafer cracker is going to mess it all up.
Yeah, and it just takes years to fix. It's never really been fixed. Well, that's a matter of opinion.
But we're needing some more bodies to help turn those gears. Again, this is literal, not metamorphosis.
Having trouble with your words again, Jesse.
I have been drinking a lot of this Long Island iced tea, I'll have you know.
Yeah, I love your girly drinks, man.
They're the best.
I didn't slip any PCP in there earlier, by the way.
Perfect. But we need some of those bodies to help gum up or clear out the other bodies that are in the gears of the political machine.
They tend to get squished up in there pretty easy.
Jammed right up in that main drive train.
Those things are big, and there's no safety rails either. I don't know, I'm always scared just to be near the thing. I'm going to lose a leg. We did lose a leg. Yeah, but you got us another one.
The good news is that there is no such thing as OSHA in that town.
Yeah.
And that is, thank goodness.
I mean, OSHA has its place, but not
in that town, Alabama.
In a wholesome, God-fearing, people-loving institution like that town, Alabama, it would just, them Satan worshippers is not welcome here.
You were so right.
I know. Hallelujah. I know. Thank you, Brother Josh.
Your head's on fire after saying that. I want to tap that out.
He's a minister on the weekends.
Oh, that's so good to hear.
I married 2 people on the weekend.
Aw, who was the lovely couple?
He preferred not to say the names. He may have killed them later.
Fair enough. We'll come back right after this commercial break. Said what? Oh, hey,
folks, it's Alan Cohall down at Renegade Motors again. You know, my buddies call me Al Cohall, but you're not a buddy, you're a customer. But I'd like to make you my friend soon. To tell you what we got in this week, they didn't tell you? Well, I'll tell you right now. We got us a whole mess of K-cars. Yeah, we got us a whole bunch of them. We went over to the junkyard the other day. We were, pushing all them, the Beetle. Yeah, we put a whole mess of them things. We pushed them out the way. We're like, well, hey, there's a whole bunch of K-cars down there. So, we, here, I'll read this little bit of ad read here. We got us some two-door convertibles. I think that's them cars what ain't got a roof. Two-door coupe. That sounds like a damn thing you put on your head. I'm just kidding. That's a fancy man's car. They ain't always gonna buy them damn things. We got us some four-door sedans. That's when you got the youngins in the back and they won't shut the hell up. And then, now this. We got three of these babies. These is real rare. We got us some four-door limousine K-cars. Yes, sir. A limousine K-car. So come on down to Renegade Motors and check out all our stock. And you know our saying, you will beat your best deal and probably your second cousin because he's drunk and on the bend again.
And we're back with that great commercial break.
That was a brilliant commercial. I tuned out.
Well, that's because we were outside getting that SETI tower, that SETI antenna. We stole off that government property back up straight.
The government didn't need it.
Well, of course not. That's why they let us take it so quick. I mean, we only had to shoot, 5 guys?
Exactly. I mean, I was a little frightened for a minute there, but other Josh really knows his shit when it comes to making getaways.
Very level head you have, other Josh.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm actually pretty tired. I think I got shot.
But talking about shootouts and getting shot and the government being someplace it doesn't need to be, there is a gang war going on in the THATTOWN slums.
Really?
Yeah, the THATTOWN slums.
Oh, what slums?
Oh, goodness. I totally misspoke there. No. What was it? The fiscally reprimanded political gerrymander of THATTOWN.
Okay, see, now I know what you're talking about.
So
I think slums is a very offensive word. And we're both highly offended by you.
To anyone I just offended there during this broadcast, calling here, let me write this down. The physically reprimanded political gerrymander of THATTOWN. If I misspoke and used a terrible slur, I apologize.
Like the S word.
The S word.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Because
step away from that word.
Like what you just said is as easy to say as breathing. So I don't know why anyone would ever use the S word. I really don't get that either.
It flows off the tongue. The fiscally reprimanded political gerrymander.
Right. Whatever that is.
It's such an easy fix.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like that.
Nonetheless, there are two gang lords vying for control over the aforementioned fiscally reprimanded political gerrymander because the big sewer entrance is in that part of town.
You mean there's one gang lord and one fiscally responsible entrepreneur that we might or might not be funding?
I misspoke again.
Right.
So we have
corrected that.
So we have this terrible, awful monster
scum of the earth.
Scum of the earth.
Pretty sure he's possessed. Government should probably move in. Take him. Hint, hint.
Probably used to be a U.S. senator.
Yeah, absolutely. Almost certainly. In fact.
And then on the other side of this fight, we have
a paragon.
A paragon
of human integrity. Well, mostly human integrity, and okay, he's not human. But he has human-like integrity.
Okay, is he the right gender to use for this individual?
It's hard to say.
Should we just go with they?
They's a better word.
Okay.
It probably. It's not really offended when you call it that.
So it or they,
it has human-like integrity. Very good human-like integrity, like how humans should have integrity.
And access to a lot of AK-47s, as I understand.
Well, it needs to defend itself.
Obviously.
That's exactly what it's doing.
It's constitutionally given right.
Right. And it's also constitutionally given that you cannot change the Second Amendment.
You can't.
You cannot change it. Amendments are set in stone. That's why they're called amendments.
Exactly.
That means unchangeable in Greek.
Now, to break off from this small tangent we just had there, because I misspoke totally out of turn. I apologize.
Thank you. They'll appreciate that.
They will appreciate that. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a fight going on between this monster and this thing.
Right.
That you may or may not be funding, but that's totally beside the point. Just
I wouldn't know anything about that, so I don't know why you bring it up.
Completely aside. Fighting over the entrance to the THATTOWN sewers because they've been led to believe that there's a treasure down there.
Something that I never recall mentioning on multiple occasions in their presence.
And never with the bullhorn?
No.
Not once.
I would not also leave possible clues to ancient treasure buried in the sewers.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All that information, really, all that culminates to, is you might want to stay off of Highway 87, because traffic's just going to be backed up for miles.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's like a Mad Max world out there.
You are going to get slaughtered on Highway 87. There are so many bullets flying. You're just going to get... It's a shit show over there, guys. You're going to get slaughtered. Stay off the roads. Stay off all the roads if you can. It's bad. It's bad.
I mean, I saw a guy with a chainsaw for a hand running down the street. Chainsaw Larry. I mean...
I know. That crazy son of a bitch.
That guy's just a card.
I offered him a drink one time, and he threatened to kill me because he said I was a demon or something. Ass. I know. That guy makes the funniest jokes. And then he tried to kill us.
What a rube.
God.
So anyway, everybody, when you're going through the fiscally reprimanded political gerrymander of that town, stay off of that highway because it's literally a madhouse.
It's like Hell's Highway, but not. We wouldn't know what that's like. No, we would not.
And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hi there. This is a pre-recorded message from an associate of Fractured Dent. You know, there's a lot of things being said about Fractured Dent these days, and you should probably stop doing that. This isn't a threat, this is a warning. And that's totally legal.
And we're back for our final bit of news before we head out the door.
Because getting you the answers that you need is what's most important to us. I know, right?
And it's balanced and mostly fair.
Balanced. Fair and balanced. Every time.
Almost. Within reason.
Well, it's really not at all. It's just whatever our opinions are.
We try, damn it. We try.
Oh, look, you do a good job. You do
a good job.
Yeah, he does a terrible job. Shut up. I'm trying to pay him a compliment. So
the last bit of news is a local group of entrepreneurs. You know, Oleg and Yusef. They run the totally legitimate pizza company. You know,
who are Oleg and Yusef?
They have the dollar pizza, dollar beer night. It's amazing.
Right, those totally legitimate corporations.
Yeah,
that sell dry clean. Was it dry clean? I don't. Just shut up. Just listen for a minute.
Yeah. You know, Oleg and Yusef, they run totally legitimate pizza.
Yeah, pizza places. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the pizza places that they sell, where they sell pizza.
Yeah, that you always get drunk at.
Yeah, because they sell beer too. Mm-hmm. Also,
exactly. That pesky federal government is doing an investigation on their totally legitimate business.
Just encroaching on our freedoms again. Not that I have any personal stake in the matter whatsoever.
No. Other Josh, you vouched for Oleg and Yusef to get their green cards originally. You helped these young entrepreneurs move into our country and help them start their business.
Yeah, because they're totally legitimate, and they don't work for me, and are not affiliated with any of my corporations whatsoever.
Oh, Josh, they always cater your pizza parties at your businesses. Don't be so modest.
Yes, that's what they do. Pizza parties. Yeah, I love pizza parties so much.
They're the best.
Stop laughing nervously. I'm trying, okay?
We've had like 7 pizza parties in just the last month. It was a crazy good time. Yeah. We all got drunk. We all said things on the air that was not FCC compliant. But since there's no FCC here in Alabama or in that town, who cares?
And there was all the whores they provided. Shut up. Anyway, yeah, Oleg and Yusef, they are They're great guys.
Salt of the earth, those fellas.
Salt of the earth. I'm pretty sure they've
both... salted the earth in some areas, too, I understand.
Well, sometimes you have to make examples of workers that aren't pulling their weight. And I'm sorry about that. I really am.
That's just capitalism.
That is capitalism at its finest.
At its finest.
Not, as I said, that I have any personal or fiscal investment in their business. However, I would like to give a shout out to those government dogs that are trying to persecute these two fine young men.
Poor men.
Desperately trying to make their way in the world with what
pizza and breadsticks.
Pizza and breadsticks.
Calzones.
And calzones. What the hell is a calzone? It's like pizza but rolled up. Yeah. Oh yeah. Calzones. They with pizza and breadsticks and calzones.
And they do that thing where they put the pudding in the calzone instead of the actual marinara. Oh, if it wasn't so diabetic.
Yeah, I know. I love that because that's totally pudding. That's pudding.
So, I brought up this bit of news. It's kind of personal for me, I guess you could say, because they came here to that town, and we welcomed them with open arms.
Open arms. We're always friendly and open.
And now that these federal dogs show up,
I know.
Messing with these fellas, we need to show them that we really are their neighbors.
Exactly.
We need to stand up for them. So if you see Oleg and Yusef, make sure you go down and pay a contribution to a totally legitimate pizza company.
Don't look Oleg in the eye. He doesn't like it when people look him in the eye. People disappear when you look him in the eye. Actually, that's good advice.
That is fair.
He's nervous. Things like that in his country mean different things than it does
Yusef's
here.
the face of the show,
Yusef is the face. Not the voice, though. He's mute.
It's can be everything.
It's a weird dichotomy. Yeah.
It's fair.
They're good guys.
But anyway, that's all the news we have for today, That Town. So, guess we'll end the show, as we always do, by saying good night and have a better sleep.
And good luck surviving till the morning. You know who we're talking to.
Tales of That Town is a production of That Town Entertainment. This episode of Tales of That Town was directed, written, and voiced by Jesse Hall and Joshua Singer. All music in today's show was produced by Zach Fregoso. As for our social media, we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Tumblr as That Town Entertainment. On Twitter, you can find us on This Is That Town. If you like the show, you can follow us from iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud by searching That Town Entertainment or Tales of That Town. And if you want to leave us a review or give us the 3 stars we so willingly deserve for all this hard work in this production, you can do that in all of those places. Just wanted to say thanks for listening, and hope you'll be here when we put out the next episode. I know I will.